La voz bella en mi cabeza. On top. Esta vez it's going to be different. Si a veces así, no hay ruido. Las voces solamente.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cali Cocktail Social Hour. Tonight we have a special guest tonight, Jesse Vasquez. Been a friend for a long time, been wanting to come out here. I'm sure you're used to seeing him out there, but we haven't seen each other in a long time, except for, now. He's got great hair. He's been working out, so you're going to see some really cool muscles that he's going to show tonight. So anyways, we are here tonight to, we'll check in with everybody, make sure everybody's doing okay out there, make sure you are feeling good as you can be, so, and if you need anything, we're here for you. So we're going to bring you a lot of really, interesting topics because of the world and where we're at this point too. So, see, so I just got a message. It said, feel loved, feel everybody. So that's a message we got today. So, oh, sorry, I gotta. Hola para todos allá afuera de Sacramento. Somos aquí con Jesse Vasquez para haciendo unas unas pláticas de arte y todo más. And we gotta, yes. Hello, Kelly. Love you too. Hope you're doing good out there. Everybody, if you have any questions for Jesse, I know you know Jesse, he's a photographer, he's an artist, he's been doing some really wonderful, beautiful artwork, and I think that we're all going to be blessed to be able to see it. And it should be. I went to the show that he was taking pictures of and doing some performance pieces, and I thought it was pretty good. So we'll come up after this. We're gonna. Oh, hold on. We have. Yes, Colleen. Hi, Colleen. How you doing? She says hi to Jesse, or Jesse heart. Oh, and see, Jesse is very loved in this community. He's a native Sacramentan, just like I am. He is a good guy, a gardener, a cat person. He may have a cat there too. So we're going to go into a song, and because we have a lot to talk about, I love you out there. I hope you can feel the love. We have today. We have Zapata. We have Prince, we have Kuan Yin, bringing the good energy in here. So come on to Cali Cocktail Social Hour, the art of love, the art of sipping. I've lost my drink. Sipping, so today will be bourbon in a mezcal, copita, so I hope that's okay with everybody. I ran out of mezcal, so We'll get some soon. So let's go into the song, our first song of the night. And
let's get your fucking toes actually on the ground.
Whoops, well.
Socks off.
Here we go. We'll be back.
10 toes down to the ground right now. Right now. Think I finally figured out who I am with my style. To keep my soul to the ground. Thinking up, up, up. Keep that ego in clown. Rather clown all out by myself right now. Big, big man, like my ship is all sound. Like no water on board, like I'm not about to drown. I'ma keep it all 100, man. I'm really freaking out. People listen in now. I'm not just talking to myself. Make me scared. I'm gonna let them all down right now. Right now. Pray I never lose myself. Praying flashing city lights. I keep my pretty boy smile. Pray this all work out. I caught my mama house. So when I look inside her eyes, all that real shit was worthwhile. Pray my team break ground. So this album popping out. Swear drop 'em. Be right there. Push, baby. Push. I think I finally figured out. That's all that life's about. Think it's time to be present, like that shit a gift, like God in its essence. Swear to Jehovah, I'ma sell me a record. I'ma make me $1 to a collar to present. Bark, bark, bark. Hardest word in your session. You just sit, boy. You know Yashi, your breath. You's a bitch, boy. I think I'm fine with that sentence. I get mine. I'm so fine with the present. I ain't felt the past roll through my bones in a second, but I'm a conduit. Honestly, the hardest thing you spit live in my garbage pit, but I'm too self-involved to even go and start shit. Rather moan about my problems, bitch. About this itch, I gotta scratch. The past begun like artifacts in scattered museum rooms. The future moves too quick to see a zoom. I'm not flying far from the places up in the clouds. I'm just sitting here on earth with my feet up on the ground. Think it's time we figured out. That's all that life's about.
Okay, we're gonna stop right here. Sorry, I'm doing running the whole show, so I have a little bit of finger slapping here. I just spilled a little bit of bourbon, which is great. It's good luck. That was Drowned by Panda Raps. And we are going to come to the star of the show tonight. Everybody out there, we salute you through this time in life that we're going through. And without further ado, and we do want to say our thanks to everybody out there that's keeping it together and helping us get through this. So here he is, my friend, great photographer, wonderful person, a great set of hair, Jesse Vasquez. Hey, Jesse.
Hello, hello. Hi, everybody.
Cheers.
Wow.
Yes.
Man. Yeah, cheers.
How's it going?
It's going well. Man, just I wish the 5 of us who are in this thing right now were already in the same room.
Oh, there's more now.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't see what the total is. It'll. Hola, Armando. Armando's here.
Hey, Armando.
No, someone says who says that? Liv.
Liv.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gone full Morrissey yet. I don't got it like that yet.
Which is that, conservative?
Or
right wing?
Yeah, white supremacist, and also flaking on every single show that I book.
There you go. Well, I know where you live, so you can't really go anywhere. So you're at home.
Yeah. Oh, my Alubria just jumped in. Can you see her?
No, yeah.
In the background there.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, that's baby cat.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, I can't see anything. So
she's done killing stuff for the day.
See? Oh, see, look. Thank you very much. Yes, I want to look at least somewhat presentable. So Jesse, so we're here. You know, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you didn't flake, like you said. I knew you wouldn't. You know, we're back and forth talking. Yeah, and so what have you been up to during this time? Because I know no one's have seen you. This is kind of a social gathering where we talk, and you know, we're with everybody right now. So you know, it's a bar scene, it's a lounge, it's an art lounge. It's, you know,
yeah.
So it's really a hangout for, you know, people that want to hang out and just need a break in life and time right now.
For sure. Yeah.
So what have you been up to during this time?
I have been in the garden pretty much constantly. Connecting with music, who I just want to say we've lost several luminaries recently. Top of that list might be Little Richard, Tony Allen, Bohannon, and recently Betty Wright. So yeah, we should all raise a toast. I think all of us, whether we know it or not, have been influenced by all of them. Yeah.
Cheers and salud.
Salud. So yeah, that's been really interesting. I've been connecting with all of those artists. What I've noticed is when people die, they their music gets posted up really quickly. Like the wider catalog. I don't know what that's all about. There's some kind of like I don't know what it's about, but suddenly there's music all over the internet from all of those artists, and it's kind of wonderful. And I'm happy they're not getting ripped off. I don't feel bad just listening to it all day. I've been trying to play, as you know, I was trying to play, I made a playlist, and I think I'm just going to post all those songs in the events page over on Facebook. I've been trying to play in the background. You said it sounded like farting noises, so we nixed all that. Yeah.
So I know I said that they influence very much in your artwork, right?
Yeah. So I'm kind of, in that sense, like a failed musician. I knew I didn't have any of that kind of stuff in me. So, I was kind of open. I had another artistic thing in the wind out there, and just what I landed on was photography. It wasn't on my radar at all. I used to play saxophone in high school. I don't know.
Oh, yeah? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I could see you. Shirt off. Hair, yes. Wind in the hair, right? Yeah. Blowing back. Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah, I was the only one in my high school band with no shirt.
So when you're creating your pieces and you're doing your stuff, this is the music you listen in the background, or is it mostly?
Yeah, I know. I always have a playlist going. Yeah, you have to. I mean, that is. I feel like music is very essential. It's elemental. To everything that I do personally. I'm not sure if that's for everybody, but I think so.
Yeah.
We bond over music. We go see music all the time. I think that's how I met you.
Yes.
Yeah. You had a big giant mask on, so I didn't know it was you.
I took the mask off. It took me a while to take the mask off.
That thing was a whole head, dude. That wasn't even a mask.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, music, it just cuts through everything, and it just opens you up and gets you in that space to be creative and be our higher selves. So whenever I'm shooting, I always have music on. You were at that performance shoot that I did at Facebook recently. Yeah. All that music was carefully selected because I needed to be in a headspace to pull it off. And Dylan, Dylan Keene, he's a professional dancer. And he, he really vibes off of that stuff. Like dancers, talking is not their primary medium. They need a little vibe. They need some music, and then they just run with it. They let it run through their entire body. And he's definitely a professional. He's a veteran, and he pulled that stuff off real nice.
Yeah, I remember going there, and I was really, really impressed, and I really was into the moment, so to speak. Watching you do that, and the music too. It really added to the whole experience, and I think that I really wanted to see, which we're going to show some of the photos that you took or your artwork that you did, and I don't even want to call it. I don't know what to call it. But you know what I mean. But I'm saying, like it because it is. I see you evolving a lot in doing stuff, and I think that was a great show. To go to. Yeah, and I was like I said, and then all of a sudden this happened. We got stay at home, and COVID came, and so right now that's where we're at. We're in a state of limbo right now. So and I'm glad that people get to see what you did. I wish we had video of of you doing it at the same time too, because I think that was part of the whole performance too.
Yeah, that exists. We'll get it together down the line somewhere. It was never intended to be a video. It was just part of the the whole everything that was going on for Faye's show. But it exists. We'll get something together. The pieces are coming together. I'll post up the links to the music that we had running in the event page. The first one was William Hooker. I don't know if many people know him, but he's a drummer. I believe he's based in New York now. I used to see him a lot in Philly when I lived there. I lived in Philly from like 93 to 02. And he was always coming down. He always had different groups, that he was playing with. But he was the drummer, and he was a poet. Every now and then he would just like let the band do their thing, and he would get out and just like walk in the crowd and just like reciting poetry. I don't even know if he was reciting it. He could have been making it up on the spot.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful, and it was one of those things where it's not you didn't have anything to call it either. So I think that's where I got that sensibility with these photographs. I was like, I don't need to just show photographs. I want to show the whole process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I think the whole process was interesting to me, for me to see. I think that just watching it, and then knowing you, and I think that people I was looking at the crowd too when you were doing it, and they were really enthralled. They were excited, in the quiet way, but I know that they were like wondering, like, what's going to happen with this?
What the fuck's going on?
Yeah. So, like I said, the music element, I think, adds a lot. And we talk about music, and it does. It gives you a vibe. It gives you a feeling. You're able to transform that into your painting or your photography. I listen when I'm doing something. It depends what I listen to. Sometimes it'll be Buddhist chants. It'll be the ocean, or like something that gets me where I want to be at. And I think it's very important. And so I know that you're gonna put. This is like a sample or a preview of what you're gonna do with your pictures and stuff. That way you'll have, but I'm very excited, and I'm sure everybody is too, that you're going to do this and show, some of your stuff here, and we'll go over and, if anybody's have any questions out there, please feel free when we show them to type it in, and I'll ask Jesse, because this show is about you guys out there. You guys are the ones that ask questions, and, we are hanging out all together.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to go back and forth, but I'm seeing how this is working out now.
Oh, you're gonna be confused.
Yeah.
So thanks, Betty. Yes, and Jesse is here, and he showed up. I guess he doesn't show up places. I don't know. He's always showed up for me. So. Pauline says it's so good to see both your beautiful faces, and it's nice to see everybody here too. Thank you. And Sonia Face says cool. From New Mexico, right? Yes.
She's from Sacramento. Well, she might be from LA or something, but she used to live here.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. As soon as we started getting close, she moved to New Mexico.
So we're gonna go into the song. We'll come back, and I'll set up the background to start showing your stuff. I'm
gonna post up the first song from the performance.
Okay.
And if anybody's following along at home, you can put this on and get a little bit of the vibe that was going on at the show.
Okay, so I'm gonna play a song, which we'll go into it, and we'll set you up and bring up the screen. So everybody, thank you for coming. Make sure if you have any questions, ask Jesse. That's the new show. So ask Jesse. Will be the new show, coming in. Yeah. So we'll come back. We are gonna come back, listen, have a drink, socialize. We'll see you in a second, Jess.
Okay, sounds good.
Welcome everybody to Cali Cocktail Social Hour. Hello, how you doing? Thanks for coming out. Thank you. And we're going to bring Jesse back now with the everything changed. There you go. We get the background, and we have Jesse is back.
Okay, so there's a lot of always with any kind of art show, any kind of production, there's always people in the background, tons of people working on stuff. This dude, he's one of the students. He's one of the graduating seniors at UC Davis right now. Carowith Casas, and he stepped up. He was always ready to step up and help with whatever. He was the guy holding the backdrop during the shoot because, well, for people who were not there, the stage was in the middle of the space and there was no background. It was just kind of a void with some paintings in background. Would have been impossible to light or pull off, you know, very well. So with this new style that I'm working on, I need a white background to really isolate things and manipulate them the way that, you know, that works well. So yeah, he stepped up. Yeah, all these first few pictures are kind of like showing you behind the scenes, you know, what happened, how the whole thing was set up, and then we'll get into the imagery that came out of it.
And Jesse, you were part of the show with Faye, right?
I was not part of the show. Me and Faye are just we're friends. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we collaborate a lot. We're a big appreciation society of each other. So she's taken my work to several shows that she's curated. A bunch of work is in China right now. Yeah, and she just wanted me to be a part of this, and I was happy to do it. Actually, at the end of this, I'll have a piece that's in progress. It's kind of a work in progress from a shoot that she and I did a while back. I'm having a little trouble resolving it, but it looks cool right now, you know. Yeah, and I kind of want to show that too, like the process. I think a lot of times we go to these art shows and you feel like, you know, these artists just everybody just makes something and it's just like amazing right off the bat. But there are steps along the way, there are mistakes, there are fuck ups, there's just like, you know, it's a whole long process. So like these first three that we're going to show right now, well, in a minute, they are pretty close to finished. Everything after that is still in progress. And that's what I've been doing, you know. I'm either in the garden, working on the house, or working on these pieces, and that's kind of my life right now.
Yeah, I saw him at the show helping you out. He did a really good job. You know, he's
yeah,
like
he stepped up and he handled business.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody did. I love that whole crowd. They're just I don't know. I think there is drama. There's always drama with artists, but they get shit done, you know. They're just like, yeah, nothing stops them.
So are you going to show some of your work from that photo?
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, I forgot I was.
No.
Okay, so that's Carowith. That's the stage. And so that thing that's floating in the air, Carewith is actually holding. If you could zoom in, which, man, hold on. There we go. Is that bigger?
Yeah, I see a foot, 2 feet.
Yeah, so that's his feet back there. So yeah, he had to hold that thing up for I don't know, as long as the song was. But whatever. He's young. He can handle it.
Wait, I'm sure it was tiring. I was like, tired myself.
Oh yeah, you and me would have been in traction for a week.
That's right. So.
Okay, so that's one of the first pieces. Like it's just a straight shot. There's no editing done to it or anything. So that's what I was working with. It was just I take a bunch of straight images and then the whole thing happens in Photoshop. So these images are really collages. There's a strong collage element, and then it becomes a painting in the end, basically.
Wow.
Yeah, I work on these things forever.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Really, really trying to cut that time down. So this is kind of a first sketch of one of them. I'm finding I just really overlay them and see what kind of structures come out of it. So this one is like cool hooded figure, kind of has a cape thing going on. Actually, it's kind of hit and miss with the cape. It seems a little superhero-y, and I really have a problem with superheroes. And that foot, though, I love that foot. So I think that's why it stayed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's funny how you pick what you like, and I think that's where you are always looking at things, and I'm sure it takes a while to finish it too, right?
Oh yeah. Some pieces come together within minutes. Like the first thing you put it together, and you're like, oh, there we go, that thing's done. And then the really fine tuning it could take days, literal days. So this is the first one that I felt was pretty close to finished.
Wow.
Oh, there we go. I can see you. Yeah, I posted this one. So the intention was, as some of you know, there's supposed to be an artist talk at Dwell Point in the middle of Faye's show. And my intention was to have a couple of pieces finished, and I would, they would be displayed there during the talk. So anybody who came to see the shoot, would have seen both ends of it, when it happened and then the final result. But obviously that didn't happen. But anyway, this is one of the first pieces. I'm into it. You always want to mess with things. If you hold on to them too long, you just want to keep changing stuff.
Yeah.
I think this one's done.
So we do have a question from the other one.
Oh.
It was. Do you see that?
What? Oh, the problem with the superheroes? Is that what the question is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not into heroes at all. Like I just got an issue with that. Like, you got a problem, like handle it yourself. Batman in particular, like what the fuck, man? Like some super rich guy, like just becomes a super good fighter. Like, when does that ever happen? What rich guy do you ever know that went out and fought for little people? It's just, I don't know. It's just, I get it on some level, but on another level, it's just complete bullshit. And we should take ourselves off of that. I think that's me.
Brad said, "You're my hero, Jesse."
I'm gonna start wearing a cape to his house now.
So yeah, so we have a couple of people that are here too. If you want to say hello.
Hey Joya. Jill, what's up? Oh man, B.
So we're all hanging out here, dude. We're all like hanging out and.
This would be a hot party. Oh shit. Hold on, let me turn that back on.
Oh, it is now. It is a party now. So as Jesse is walking away, we don't know what he is doing out there. We like to thank everybody for coming out to Cali Cocktail Social Hour. We have Mondays and Fridays, and then we have pop-ups. So here and there, depending on the mood. Welcome back, Jesse. I had to hold it together for then.
You're good, man.
Thanking everybody, and
you had a career in podcasting.
Yeah, so I'm trying to have this a healing voice. I don't know if you ever heard of healing gazers, right? You look in their eyes and you get healed. Yeah. Anyways, it's my voice. Hola.
Oh, look at that. We skipped ahead.
So let's go back to which one? You want to talk about this one, or you want to go back?
Oh no. This is I guess I ordered them differently than I thought I did. So this is the third one that kind of came together. I don't know what's going on with this. A lot of my work initially was like rooted in like mythological, what do you call it? Like just that primordial shit, you know? So there's a lot of forms in here. I see like a mermaid thing happening. I see a centaur thing happening. But I let all that stuff just flood in and kind of like converse. So obviously when you were at the shoot, none of this was on stage. None of this happened.
Yeah.
But as it comes together later, you find all the elements. Interesting things that I never met Dylan until like the week before this whole thing went down. It was kind of my bad. Like I missed an email and we just never connected. So right before it happened, Faye, knowing me, she checked in and was like, "Hey, have you and Dylan connected?" And oh, you're welcome, Nancy. Yeah, that's what it's about. And you know, then I was like, "Oh, let me go see what I missed." So I went over there, called him up, and I was like, you know, I trust you. He's one of the founding members of what is it called? The Capital Dance Project.
Okay.
So you know, he's a professional dancer. This guy knows what's up. So we chatted real quick. I was like, you know, I trust you to pull this thing off. You know, with minimal effort if you still want to do it. And he was like, yeah, let's do this thing. So we met, we chatted, we talked to Faith McKinney. I don't know if you know her. She's super cool. I met her on this project as well. Really, I think not being able to hang out with everybody that I worked with is you know, that's one of the big things about this whole pandemic that's like fucking me up. I know bad stuff is happening to people about other stuff, but you know, that's how it's hitting me personally. But anyway, we'll connect later. And yeah, she's very instrumental in getting this together. So anyway, she interviewed us, we talked, we chatted, and then we did the thing. I think we talked twice before we did the shoot.
So yeah, I saw Dylan, right?
Dylan, yeah.
Yeah, he did a great job. I mean, just for, you know, like I was really impressed by what he was doing. And I know that, you know, it just, you can see now, you know, you can see, and I'm glad that I was there to see the process, or, you know, the performance, I would call it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it, you know, looking at these now, I can see all aspects of it, you know.
Yeah. And he showed up to the shoot after working, you know, they had full day of rehearsals for Sacramento Ballet. And then he showed up and did this work. Yeah, the guy's pretty badass. But anyway, this one came together. I don't know. This is some other character. I called this one attendant, one of the attendants. Oh yeah, the piece was called Birth of Night. So all these pieces are kind of fitting into that idea, that concept, Birth of Night. There you go.
Is it not the Birth of Night or Birth of Night?
I just called it Birth of Night, but you know, it's a conversation.
Give me 1 second here. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So let's keep moving.
There you go.
Oh yeah. So these are the ones that I'm not entirely set on, but they're moving in a good direction. Pretty close. I don't know. It's weird. It's also weird being a digital artist because when you make prints, you know, nothing prints the same that it looks on your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're moving from two different kinds of light.
Oh, look who showed up. All the way from Sacramento. Hola, Hector. ¿Cómo estás?
Good to see you, man. This one, feeling this one. This one kind of has one of those relief, is Roman Greco relief feels to me. I could definitely see this carved in stone on the side of the courthouse, probably.
Oh, that is a cool piece, though.
It's weird.
Is it just him then?
Yeah,
in there?
yeah, it's all from that shoot that night.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, that's the collage aspect is coming in. Oh yeah, look at that. It looks like he has the thing you're wearing right now.
That's his dog.
Yeah.
Speaking of making prints.
Oh, you could just mute Brad.
No, Brad. So are you speaking of that, are you going to make prints available too? That's another question.
Prints available, sure, for sure.
Yeah.
All these new pieces that are coming up, the two sizes are, one of them is 24 by 17, and then the other one is 24 inches wide by 36-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you print them at home yourself, or do you? I mean, could they just? I put down your email. Do they pick them up, or you drop them off, or how do you do that? Or especially,
picking up, dropping off is the best. I'm notoriously terrible at mailing shit. But yeah, I can mail stuff.
Yes.
That's by awesome. That I mean Sophia can mail stuff because she's home right now.
she's in the background back there.
She's laughing at me and being laughed at in my own house.
So Brad said it was really good. I guess Brad was there too. I remember Brad being there too.
Brad was there.
Yeah, it was a really good performance. It was actually, it really like I really liked it a lot. I mean, I told you that night.
Can I ask you a question?
Who, me?
Yeah,
or Brad? Yeah.
So what did you think was happening when you were looking at that? Because I didn't. Nobody said anything
at the performance.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, knowing you a little bit, I knew that it was going to be something very creative. So in my head, I kind of like was already like processing it, right? I can see it, and I saw, being a third dimensional show there, and the music, and what Dylan was doing, right?
Yeah.
Dylan was doing what what you're gonna do. So basically, for me, it was easy to kind of like vision what was going to happen. I don't know what was going to happen, but I knew something cool was going to come out of it because I saw the element of photography, of the music, of the performance, of the sheet, of I forgot his name, who was holding up, all those elements, and people, you see the energy of the people. The energy of the people, they were sucking it in. It was going everywhere.
Cool.
And I think that, for me, I'm a person of energy. And so when I see all that stuff, I know it's going to come into the artwork. I know that this is, this is what you capture, right? You capture energy. It's like auras. That's what I see. I see the aura of the moment, and you make it to what you see. Right. So for me, it was, I was very interested in seeing what was going on. I knew the mystery. I love the mystery of it because I didn't know what was going to happen. So, and I just, sometimes I think that we want instantaneous, if there was a big screen up there to show, you know what I mean? But I think that's kind of like, but now you had to wait a little bit longer. So I'm great, happy with the results on there.
That's cool. Yeah. Cause, one frustration I always have at art shows, when you just have work on the wall and then you're hanging out and you're, just people are coming to see the work. People always want me to interpret the artwork, and I have no idea what's going on. Like, I've put all this work into making the work, and I got everything together, made all the prints, got there almost on time, and got it up on the wall. At the point of the show, I'm a spectator just like everybody else. I have my intention going into making the work, but I don't know what any of it means. So that's always kind of what I'm looking to the audience for, Like it's a very it's a back and forth thing, I'm not trying to be here like a dictator, like, hey, here's my great idea, look at it, that's something else. But this work is very much, it should be very open, and it should be fluid and changing all the time.
It would have been very cool to see, like, asking the questions of the audience what they thought was going to happen, because I know that, being a musician too, that we, an artist, we kind of dissect things too much, right? We don't live in the moment. We, when we see another person's work, we, I would have done this, or I would have played this note. I would have made a bridge here, So, and, and I think that's, something that getting to someone else's, view of who don't know you, who've never seen you before, or because there was a lot of wonderment in their eyes, and that's what I saw. People were
cool.
fixated, so it would have been interesting to see what they, like what other people thought who didn't know you.
Yeah. Well, if anybody's who is looking at this piece right now and can see what's going on, let me know.
Yeah.
Stuck on this one for a minute.
Yeah, like what it.
Good. I got it to this point within a couple hours, and then it's been there for a while. Any new live performance ideas, gestating? No, always yes and no. Like I'm always up for doing something else, and in a performance mode. I kind of prefer the performance. Like I said, it takes away that when these pieces are finally up and in a space, the people who saw the performance aren't going to have any questions.
Yeah.
They will have their own experience. They will have their own thing going, and they'll understand what happened. Well,
I guess
they'll it just becomes a different experience. I mean, I'm not here to like I said, I'm not here to spoon feed anybody my ideas. I want us all to have a creative experience of these bodies that we're working with.
And there's right now, we don't know what the history, the future of art galleries are. I know that we can do them outside, which might be a hybrid of the two, of the technology and doing them outside.
Well, we don't know what the future of humans are.
Yeah. So
can I get this multiple times? Is my liver going to collapse? Am I going to be on a ventilator for life? This shit is too crazy right now. Like nobody knows what's happening. Oh, yeah. I want to show you this piece because this one this is another one. Got it pretty close, real quick. And you can actually see, some of Faye's work in the background, which is why I like this one. But here's the stuff that kind of happens all the time. Like I'll do that version, and then I'll do this version. I'll go to that one, and then I'll go to that one. I could be doing that stuff for hours. And there's just different little subtle differences that are happening in each of these pieces. And who knows? Who knows what's right?
So I wonder, when do you finally decide? Which piece suits you? Like which one you're going to put out? Or I know that there's,
usually they have a show and it's like, oh, I got to be at the gallery in 20 minutes, so that's done.
And that's the time.
And that's it. And I'm only halfway joking on that. I don't know. There's something. There's just something. Sometimes it clicks. I'll be nudging these things around, just like moving them around very minutely, and then I'll go to the bathroom. I'll come back, and that's it. It's done.
So is this a specific type of art you call it, or anything like that, or is it I'm not an academic artist. I don't know much about that.
I don't know. In my mind, I've been calling it the performance. It's like a performance photography. Like if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Live shoot. I don't know. I really don't know what to call it either. But I really consider these pieces performances. Like that piece that you're looking at on the screen is a performance. It's not a flat static piece. And how I know when one piece is successful at the shows, when I have work, hanging on the walls, I see people looking at it and they are in constant movement. They're stepping closer, they're stepping back, they're pointing, they're moving their head sideways. And that's how I know that the piece is finished.
And then, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I love this piece, right? Because there's so much layer, there's so much. You have to stare at it for a while and figure out like what it means, or like what is it, what kind of feeling it evokes, right?
So tell me which one is done.
Let's see. Go back to the other one.
Let's take an audience poll.
Okay, everybody. Which one do you think should be done or is done, right? This one right here. Ready? That one? Anybody out there?
Version 1.
Andres.
Version 2. Oh, you can see who's here? I can't see who's here. That's
I
cool.
I can see it because I have like a little monitor right here. As little tricks I learned along the way. Every technology has a cheat.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I had an idea where I don't want to do where I may just do eternal editions.
yeah.
You know how people do like editions, and they'll do like 1 of 100, 2 of 100, and you can buy them and they'll have a different value or whatever.
Yeah.
Of just of doing the whole process. Like each one will be a little bit different, because both of these, in my mind, they work.
So we have this one and number 2. Was that number 2 or is that number 1?
Oh yeah, that would be 2, and that would be.
And then the one with the eyeball.
Eyeball.
And then Andrea says, "What's up, Jesse and Ruben? It's done if you say it's done."
I'm the decider.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, I'm saying.
Now I'm gonna have to look for an eyeball in this thing.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like people see different things, right?
Oh, there we go. I see it right there. Eyeball.
That right there?
I think so.
Oh.
I don't know. It's looking at me.
What's the other one?
Amorphous blob.
I see that.
I don't know.
I see an eye and well, yes.
I don't know. I trust Colleen though. She's pretty good.
Yes.
She has 1 foot in the ether at all times.
Oh, look at this, Mr. Hayashi,
Mr. Hayashi.
all the way from LA. What's up, Sean? How you doing, man? We miss you.
Hollywood. Welcome.
This guy is building a bunch of stuff. Awesome. Let me pour my my bourbon.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is cool. I might crowdsource all my stuff from now on.
See, there you go.
Cut my editing time down.
People are calling out there.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing out there? Great, good. So I actually love this series. Like I said, it's a great series. I've seen you do a lot of different works, and I do think that watching the like I said, the full performance and everything else is awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to actually putting pieces up, and I am looking forward to seeing it in space.
Yeah, and
So this last piece is a piece of Faye and I. It's totally not finished. In fact, as I was putting this little thing together to do this tonight, I kind of saw some things with it. But anyway, it's a shoot that Faye and I did prior, maybe last October or something like that. But anybody who doesn't know Lin Fei, she's a Chinese artist currently based in Sacramento, who's just like painting her face off. She is just working constantly, bringing people in to her process. Real powerhouse right now. And so kind of, if anybody knows her work, like this to me is a lot of the energy that she's just constantly bringing. Not quite done, but it's a pretty good start, I think.
Yeah. Is obviously you don't want to share your technique, but I think it's pretty cool. I like it. I know that when you and Andreas and I sat down and talked for a couple of sessions, I learned a lot, just and different things, and writing things off of people. So
no, I do not mind sharing my technique. It's a collage. It's layering. It's just very simple processes. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything out of the box, too far out of the box. Because I want people to do work. Like I believe creative engagement with life is crucial. And, the more that we farm out our creativity, that's when we become addicted to entertainment and stimulation and, all that kind of stuff. I mean, we have people who call themselves foodies now. Like we fetishize food. I just find it very bizarre. Like food it's a conversation that you're having with Earth, with other people, and art is the same way. This is my engagement. This is part of my engagement with Faye. This is part of my engagement with her artwork, her whole process and everything. And, you know, she'll throw it right back at me. You know, when she sees this work, she'll throw something in the work that'll inspire me or trigger some kind of weird thing in my mind that becomes a new process, a new artwork, a new form.
Yeah. I saw her. She did a new mural, right, in some marijuana dispensary.
Yeah.
Using the color green.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, so I do keep up on that stuff, so I have to. So
yeah. She's never stops. That chick she's good.
Yeah. So do you have a you know, like you said, I know that we talked about this about, you know, showing your work right here, but do you have another because we said, you know, it's going to be a while before, I'm sure, before galleries open, and I know that, you know, people are trying to figure out what to do, but are you going to do something else, like when we talked about like doing something on your own with this stuff, and you know, like a show or anything like that, or?
Nope. I have nothing lined up right now. This was the last thing that I was really focused on. You know, always working on the website, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
So, yeah. Let me ask you a question. So, you know, we always talk about the, you know, the arts is always kind of put in the background, right? It's put in, you know, it's like no one really talks about it. Like, I know that I had a discussion with one of my more conservative friends, and he was talking about like, well, artists shouldn't, you know, that funding should be you know, let's take care of all the essentials first, and then we'll get to the artist later on. I'm like, but you know, we talk about a lot of this. Everything you do right now, everything that you see is all art, right? It's what's keeping us sane in this time. Like even, you know, like people, you know, making masks now who are changing their modality, they're changing what they do, you know, putting up videos and everything else, and it's kind of ironic for that to be even a conversation piece, because right now it's the only thing that's keeping people in a you know, in a way more calm, you know. So
art. Oh no. Art is culture. Art is fundamental. I don't understand what the fuck everything else is for if there's no art happening in your culture. Like what are you protecting?
yeah.
What are you protecting? Like, are we here just to breed and reproduce? Because that's what weeds do. That's what insects do. Like, that's just basic. Everything, every creature on this planet does that, and you know that's fundamental. I'm not saying to discount that in any kind of way, but like art is the thing that we do to communicate with each other, to express things that don't exist. You know.
Yeah. And I think it's probably at this time in the world, in history, I know it's probably the most important thing to put out there, I think, you know, is to help each other out and create stuff that's gonna, you know, help out and love.
We better do it, man. We better do it. If we don't do it, what are we gonna do? We're gonna keep you know, begging for attention from our so-called leaders so that they can give us protective masks, and instead of flying warplanes over our house to thank us for what are they thanking us for? What are those fucking F-15s for? Like, they did that flyby. Did you hear about the one in Canada?
Yes.
They were doing the flyby and one of them crashed.
Well, yeah.
One of the planes crashed into somebody's house. I don't think anybody was in the house, but obviously the pilot died. What the fuck is that? Like, you're just piling on. Hey, you guys are having suffering. Let's kill somebody else in honor of you.
Well, I think that's what that's, you know, the irony of everything else. Of like, you know, the money that probably those jets probably, you know, well, first of all, my heart goes out for the guy and his family, right? I mean, the person, the pilot,
woman pilot,
you know,
yeah,
the woman, yeah. Say, but sorry, my bad. But also the money that probably took to fly those things over could have helped a lot of people. You know, I think those things like, yeah. So Andre says, oh, sorry, Andre says, love you all. Thanks for the inspiration.
Yeah, COVID influenced my work. It hasn't influenced my work yet. I would say COVID has not influenced my work. I have had a very grim assessment of American society since I was like 11. So I would say COVID has finally caught up to my assessment of America. I think things are terrible. I think this country is awful, and we don't have standards. I hope coming out of this, we'll get some standards in the people that we accept to call our leaders, and that's my hope. All I got.
Well, Zara says she has feelings for this piece right here.
Yeah, no, I love it.
But what is like, so with Faye, did you take was it a session with Faye, or was it?
Yeah, we shot a couple times actually. The first time was weird because she was not totally into it, and I definitely vibe off of the model, like that energy that they bring goes directly into the image. So it was kind of like a tame shoot. Didn't really work on my end. She kept asking about it. I was like, well, it's kind of putting her off, and she was like, yeah, I know I wasn't really feeling it either. So I was like, cool, we're on the same page. So we talked about it, and we came up with we said we wanted to do another shoot. So we did this shoot, and kind of the same thing happened. Like, we got there, she tried to like back out of it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But we hung out for a couple hours, and then we got down to work. I was like, well, Faye, I got the idea, everything's ready. If you want to do this thing, let's do it. So the work will come out of it.
No, I think it looks good. I think it looks, like I said, and like you said, all energy goes into whatever piece you're making, right? If I mean, it's hard to take a picture of you, not you, but sometimes it's hard to,
Totally. And when you make it in front of somebody's camera, like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that.
Yeah. And so, I mean, read Heather's.
I mean, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I have done it, but I'm saying.
See, anxiety takes a lot of,
Like, no, hell no, I'm not getting naked in front of your camera. No.
You have before, so.
But I do it on a regular basis.
Yeah, I just get naked all the time with you on your.
They know first.
Yeah. So, and COVID, like people are like, what are you going to do with COVID? What are you going to do with all this stuff? It's like anxiety does take a lot because there's a lot to think about. There really is. There is. I mean,
yeah, you can't do anything about it. It's a fucking virus.
So, and also, the implications of what's happening. Right now I am unemployed, but I also know what's coming down the pipeline. I try to keep abreast of everything that's going on, but not let it overwhelm me. Because right now I can try to enjoy whatever I can right now because that's all I can do. I don't want to get overwhelmed with everything else. So, we have a question for you.
Oh yeah, how large would it be printed? Decided the dimensions. Oh, that's easy. My printer is 24 inches wide, so right now that's the size I'm printing. If somebody wants to buy a bigger print, we can talk about it. But right now I'm just doing everything myself.
I think that references to the getting naked part.
That references to a shoot that we did when she was pregnant.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I don't know. Yeah.
That one was awesome. I have to find that image, but man, Zara, Zara.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Zara. Yeah, I know Zara for like years.
Right now, she was pregnant. It was astounding. Yeah, it was awesome.
So, have you taken you've done some nature. I know you've done nature pictures, but this is of your garden.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, mostly my garden I take on my cell phone. That's not a bad idea. Good looking out, Colleen. Good looking out.
This is what we're here for. We're here to inspire each other. Like give us each other ideas.
Sure.
Oh, Kimberly's late. Chilling out. The lights are gone.
Let me get the light.
So, so like I said, thank you. Welcome for everybody. We're going to go a little bit longer, just because everybody usually gets here around this time too. Jesse has some more stuff to show.
Let me show one of the pieces because, like I said earlier, the music is very fundamental to everything that I do. I've worked with a few artists. Sacramento has a very vibrant music scene. and somehow I always get wrapped up with musicians. Oh, always music. And it's not even it's just fundamental. It has to happen. It has to be on. Usually Miles Davis is in the mix. It's just he's always in the mix, and then whatever else is going on. I tried to have music playing tonight, but there's a whole host of reasons why that couldn't happen. I made a playlist, so I'm going to put all that music in the event page for this. I got one up that I think I posted one earlier, but I'll post a bunch more stuff.
Yeah, I know. And I know that because I being at the show, I know that, it was very important to the whole vibe too. So
yeah.
Is your cat okay? She looks like she's like passed out. Does she have wine or something? Yeah.
She's beyond okay. No, that cat does
not need here we have a question for you from Andreas Alvarez. He's pouring his wine.
No, I'm not going to go into that trap. I'd say the one that's probably that I play the most would be Bitches Brew, but everything from that era is always in the mix. Big fun, and I picked up on that style that he was doing too. The collage. He started doing collage with music, and that's in. I stole that instantly. Often when I'm listening to music or going to a show. That's awesome. Yeah. Nope. That is
a cat blanket. You like it? It's a performance piece. There she goes. She's like, yeah. She's you're on the air, okay? Don't be doing that to me.
Not a prop in your show.
So let's have a drink. Let's listen to a song. We'll come back and we'll come back into your the picture you want to put up, and I'll screen it again.
Okay, cool. The picture's gonna be of I'll post some music and then we'll come back. I'll talk about it.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back. Thank you for coming out to Cali Cocktail Social Hour. Welcome everybody. Para todos allí, somos aquí de Sacramento. We welcome the whole world. Peace, love, and all that stuff. And a big hug to Jesse for coming out. Big virtual hug to everybody. And let's go. Pour our drinks, whatever you're drinking. Kombucha, tea, love. Cheers, everybody. We love you. Just like a good Mexican, La Virgen de Guadalupe. Watch the visuals. Let them take you back. And we are back. Let's bring back Jesse Vasquez. Thank you everybody for coming out tonight. Going to go a little bit longer. We have some stuff for Jesse. Has some cool stuff to to show. So once again, Jesse Vasquez. Hola, Jesse.
Hey, welcome back. Hello.
Yeah. I see your cat is in the same position we left her. That's good, right?
Oh yeah, she's comfortable.
Yeah, that's good. That's what we want. That's what we want everybody to come, to come here and be a space for them to, hang out and kick it. So we're gonna pull up your. This is the piece. What would you're talking about this piece, and I kind of.
Oh yeah, so this is Adrian Gilmore. He's Poor Majesty. He's a rapper, musician, Sacramento. He hit me up last year to do the cover of his most recent album. So this was it was a commission piece. He had the concept. He was liking my new style of work, with the layers and the collaging kind of stuff. So he came up with the characters and was just like, hey, can you get all these characters in this piece? And I was like, yeah, that's no problem at all. And we did the thing.
What was the process on that one? Because that's seems to be a lot of was it one shot or was it?
Let me see what's happening. Can you see any? Is something going crazy?
Just went off. I can see it now.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to zoom in on that a little bit. Yeah, so this was he had the different characters, like all these themes were running through his album. Obviously, we got the police and the interaction between black people, brown people. We got the God character in the middle here. We had a teenager over here. I think he has a cell phone in his hand somehow. I forget what this character is called. It's he's a character from Voodoo. And then that's Adrian in the middle, just kind of like dreaming the whole thing out, kind of drifting through it. So the album itself is called Dreamer. And I believe that's a riff on, like the American dream and like what is this dream that we're having? Because some people are dreaming of having fucking drunk ass cops shooting people, and that's their ideal version of America. And then the mythological elements in there. Well, I shouldn't say mythological, I should say spiritual. Legba. Okay. Yeah, that could be true. But anyway, I think we got it all in there, and I threw Turtle Island in the bottom there.
Right here in the bottom, right here.
Yeah, the tortoise.
Is so is this album out too then now, or by that time, right?
Yes, it's out. It's called Dreamer. I'm not the most technologically adept person in the world, so I'm sure it's on Bandcamp and all that kind of stuff. He gave me a copy, so I didn't really have to go through all that process. But Dreamer, the musician, is called Poor Majesty. If you Google those two things, you'll find it for sure.
Poor Majesty. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we know too. Yeah. So Heather says nice visual balance. Bridget says noise. Did I pronounce that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she said the Opa City. What is that? Is that like? Is that like erotic city from France?
Don't do that.
Oh no. Okay. I don't know. So, and we have a heart. Yes, from Maya. Hi, Maya. How you doing?
Maya.
Yeah. And welcome everybody. It's funny because when I first started the show, I started at 11 o'clock, and everyone's like, "Well, that's too late." Blah blah blah. And then I started at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we got things to do, Ruben. We got to be places.
No. I know, but the thing is, like, so I started at 10 o'clock, and then I was like, okay, well, blah blah blah, whatever. And then I started at 9, and everybody shows up at 10 or like 9:30, and then they go till I mean, it's funny because it's cool. I like it because it was meant to be late, like for someone like me who's a late person and hanging out. So
I don't get invited me to be chatty until 9:30.
Especially drinking. I like it. I mean, sorry, sipping. So we have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
When do you feel peace is done, and do you plan before and leave room for serendipity?
Oh, yes. Good question. Very good question. Serendipity is almost all of it. I'm very much of the mind. I heard an interview with George Clinton one time that he said he never rehearsed with Funkadelic with any of his bands. He said they never rehearsed. He's like, you just get a bunch of gay motherfuckers in the same room and just let it rip. And I really took that to heart. You know, if you listen to Funkadelic and Parliament and like I do, you can hear that. Like that absolutely holds true. So that's kind of my process. Like I don't walk into anything with an idea in place. It's just
without the pipe, right?
Without the pipe, yeah. No, in fact, I do partake. I do partake of the good herb, and
not the Clinton pipe.
Yeah, good pro tip coming from Liv, who's in the comments over here too. If you smoke, you should definitely be putting some lavender into your mix. Rose leaves, they're happening right now. Like, dry that stuff out, stick it in the bowl, and yeah, it's good. It's all good. But I never do that when I'm working. I for some reason cannot do that.
Wine, yes. It's funny because I can never drink beer when I'm creating art. If I'm playing music, I can. If I'm practicing, I can. I can drink beer all the time. But if it's creating something else, I have to drink either mezcal. Well, usually mezcal at this point. Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of where I go. So the Cali cocktail actually originally was red wine and green bud. So that's what my Cali cocktail was. It was a combination of the two. Yeah, right. The California, Now I drink mezcal, so it's still the Cali cocktail, but it's just a little bit different. So that was a true my original theme of the Cali cocktail. But now, just in case you want to know. So,
people want to know, dude. The people want to.
Yeah, people want to know. So here is a what we call the gotcha moment. It's gonna be a very controversial question, very controversial. So you better be careful how you answer this, okay? Because people gave me some questions to ask you.
I'm always careful. Careful.
What are you wearing?
This would be a print from Jose de Gregorio.
Nice. Yes.
Going backwards. Yeah, that's what I'm wearing.
That's all I got, dude, for you. So I'm not too controversial on that part.
Terrible gotcha question.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit. I saw your face though. Your face was like, oh yeah, that was the perfect part. You're like, oh my god, he knows so much about me. He's gonna ask me something really controversial, but no.
So this piece that I have up like right now is from the last physical show that I did, which was at Paul Imagine show, Paul Imagine shop, Autonomous Love. I messed it up kind of. These are duplicates.
I like it.
Yeah. It was one of those weird triplicate, or what do you call it? When you have 3 in a row?
3 in a row. Menage a trois?
We had no.
Sorry. I don't triplets? I don't know, dude.
Let me see. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Okay, wait. Take it off the screen. I'm gonna fix it, and then we'll put it back up.
Here we go. This is triplet. See, someone said triplets on here. Hold on. Sorry.
This is live radio, people.
What about this word? Read it for me, because I'm dyslexic, so I'll fuck it up.
Okay, here it comes.
Read. We have a whole bunch of. See, everybody's like, I love it. This is what I love about the people will rescue you.
Yeah.
If you need a nerd. Is this the right word though?
Triptych. That's the word. Boom. Okay. There we go. Now it's better. It's still not in the order, but
mesmerizing.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and put it back up.
So this is where Jesse, we talked about this before, where he started bossing me around, and I feel like I'm in a corner and scared right now. So if anybody out there can help me, please.
Yeah, there we go. This one is great. Like, I've never made a triptych before. I've never worked in this kind of mode. But it's just the way this one happened. Like I was kind of we did this shoot with my friend, and I was just kind of fumbling around. I was just working with it forever, not really seeing where it was going, and then all of a sudden it came together. Also, Bella, yeah, I don't know if you know Bella, but
who's I don't know
her name out, but I don't think she really cares. But
is so can you explain triptych to me though?
Oh, triptych is just 3 images that kind of function as one image, when they're put together. So normally I work as just single image, single image, single image.
Yeah.
And this one, as I was working on them, I usually work on a lot of images at once. Like you kind of get burned out if you focus on one thing for too long. So I kind of have a lot of pieces going. And for this particular set, I was working on all these at once, and they were just up. So it's kind of like looking at them, see the balance, and see all this kind of stuff, and they all kind of work. So when I got it to Paul's shop, Paul Imagine, Autonomous Love, awesome shop. I just threw them all up on the wall, and that's the way they went.
They look great. Did you print them up too then? And
yeah, these ones are big. These are they're 2 feet on the short end, and then I think they're a little bit. They're like 37 inches, so 2 by 3 feet basically.
So Zara says, "Lovely motion occurring."
Zara would know. Yeah,
Sean,
she would know.
Sean says beautiful. Sean would know.
Sean, back at you.
Sean's beautiful. He really is. Just in case.
I know.
So Paul closed his shop then.
Yeah, he had to close down. I think he's online. But this whole thing is killing people.
Oh yeah, different things that you don't even really know about until we'll see what the damage is done afterwards. Hopefully not too much. Kimberly yes. So but sometimes things happen, and we got to try to find at least some sort of good out of it, because sometimes things happen and you transition into something else and it's actually better for you, because a physical space costs so much money to rent, and you have to make up all that just to get by. So
that's interesting you bring that up though, because rent in particular, our rents got so ridiculous. How ridiculous is rent in goddamn Sacramento? And that's very much by design, and hopefully the people who design that are going to have to rethink and reapproach everything if they want to have a livable city. And if they don't want to have a livable city, we still want to have a livable city. So something's going to happen. Yeah.
I think they're gonna have to, there's a big push on that too, nationally, not just Sacramento, but with all these places that are limiting to 50% capacity, you didn't pay for that when you sign a lease. So there's going to have to be something going on there with, everybody, going forward, what did you sign for?
Landlords are trying to squeeze all their tenants for rent when their tenants are not working and, acquiring income. It's awful. They should not be punching down. The landlord should be punching up, talk to goddamn council people, all these people that have bent the permitting rules and all kinds of shit that have made your life very simple. Talk to them. Don't even talk to them. Talk to them.
Talk to them or don't talk to them.
Well, cut them. I'm saying cut somebody.
Spiritually, not spiritually, we don't.
Sure. That's great. Whatever happens, you gotta cut somebody. Just cut them.
But you're right. It is true. You have to you're gonna have to renegotiate a lot of stuff, because a lot of stuff's not worth, rent here in. Let's just say someone rented a place for 5,000 square feet. Now you're mandated to only use 2,000 square feet. And so what is that? How does that work? How does that work for people? You're gonna have to find a way, because when you sign that lease, you sign it for that many square feet, not for the 2,000, right? So I think people are going to be very interested and find out. Like, I know that there's some stuff going on that is questioning those. You can talk to restaurateurs. You can talk to people that run coffee shops. People that it's cutting half of their business away, and anybody that runs something.
On the cutting, yes.
So
if you're what we're saying here is if you're a person of power who's in a position of power and of material holdings, talk to the people who are running shit. Don't talk to the people that you're who are month to month. Like they're suffering worse than anybody else right now. Like talk to the punch up. Everybody needs to punch up right now. This punching down bullshit is over.
Well, so anyways, so here we are now, right?
Oh yeah. Art, titties. Oh
Art.
Yeah, hella female nipples up in this. Are we still on Facebook?
Yes. So
God, we're breaking all the rules.
Yeah. So here we come back because Jesse also is very controversial, right?
It's so controversial, dude.
Yeah.
Female titties, they're just they're the ruination of society. That's why this shit is happening, probably.
There you go. Has you're not working right now, right? I mean, I
am not going into work.
Going into work, okay.
Yeah, UC is very committed so far to keeping us all employed, which they kind of have to be, because we're all tied into this shit. UC is one of the biggest employers in the state as far as money goes, and they bring in a lot of revenue. So if they start firing people, like the shit is definitely hitting the fan. So right now they're very committed to keeping us all employed.
See, now you have Kimberly calling the IRA, the Irish Republican Army. Oh wait. See, you got people fluttered, Jesse. Come on, dude. What's up?
Yeah. No, we're almost there.
The show's about love, man. Bro.
Loving grenade launchers.
That's right. There you go. So cheers to everybody. So what do we have next?
Oh yeah. Let's see. I don't know. What do the people want to see?
People want to see some art.
Do the people have any requests?
Any requests out there for pieces of artwork?
That was everything I had preloaded. Oh no, I have this one too. Let's see.
So let me ask you a question about this, right?
Okay, cool.
So we showed the body of artwork that you had right now, and I really love it too. So, and I have a question about, because people always ask me like, hey, you always take, pictures of nature and you fuck it up, and do all this stuff. But when you take pictures of nature, right? I know you have a series of nature. I've seen them. What does it make you feel? Or like, what are you trying to get out of that? Is it just,
the nature artwork?
Yeah.
Oh, what's interesting? I think what you're referencing is the No Place Better Than Here, right?
Yes.
So that came out of me just getting out of the studio.
Yeah.
You sit in front of a screen. When I was a darkroom photographer, it was much it was just different. Like you had to be in the darkroom to produce your images. Now I'm sitting in front of a computer screen a lot, and it's exhausting. It's very exhausting. Okay, here we go.
So now you got two cats in the background. Is that a performance piece right there?
Yeah, that's Jesus and River.
See?
So we had
Jesus was coming.
He's that good. So
yes,
me, so my I'm all about being in nature and like gardening.
Yeah.
Stuff like a garden, by the way, is amazing. I wish I had something on the computer. It's all on my phone. But like that's a way to clear my head, right? Like just to get away from the screen, get away from electronics, get away from people talking, get away from naked shit, and just like get into the world. So I just had so many pictures and nothing was really happening with them, and I needed to spend time dealing with that also. And so I just started editing them, and I just came up with the format, and I just started doing it. So I made a square format because I never worked that way, and decided that's the way it was going to happen.
Are we going to see some of it too, or?
Yeah. That, can you share that one? Yeah. That one
up.
Oh yeah. So the wrong thing. Film strip. There we go. So this is the Sacramento skyline. I drive across the causeway every day when I'm commuting to work, and it's amazing. Like, you really, I don't know if you can really tell, but there's like a wire at the bottom of it. But that's Sacramento skyline all the way at the bottom. But that light above it happens every single day. And I'm sure you see it, like when there's clouds in the sky, everybody's posting this super fuchsia clouds. And it's just awesome. So this is just me walking around. This is also from the same spot where I took that last picture. This is bats, you know. Maybe I'm sure you know, but a lot of people don't know. But like, we have a colony of bats that lives here for the summer. They should probably be here by now.
So they're they're Mexican bats, right? So I ask this question: do they have papers?
I think they come from Mexico. We were in Mexico last month, and we saw all the same trees that we have here, all the same birds, like the same birds, not just the same type of bird.
Do they have
Carl?
Do they have papers though, or do they?
They got what?
Are they being deported?
Probably. They're happy, man. They are happy to be deported.
Yeah, so we're going back.
Yeah, we should take a lesson. This is Bali. I know you guys know Sophia, and you know, like, we used to travel a lot. So this was one of our trips to Bali.
So let me ask you a question about, going back to, because I've been going back to travel, back to travel pictures, photos that I took, because it seems like it's going to be a little while till we get to travel anywhere, and I think I find solace in that, and going back and looking at pictures of where I've been and, the moments in time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a cool. I always heard there was a volcano in Bali, and I didn't know. We didn't see it when we were there, and we were flying out. I saw it, and that was it.
Oh wow, damn!
There's a giant cinder cone, and that was the sunset on our way out. Oh yeah, this is Hong Kong. There you go. That's for.
There it is, right here.
This is in the Yuba River. That's Sophia underwater. I like it because it looks like her head is exploding into the universe.
So it says, have the Bali one too. Your DNA is all over my house. I don't know what that means. That's what I call art, by the way. So
yeah, you take it artistically.
That's right. What's that right there? Where's that?
This is Mount Lassen. Up in Mount Lassen, there's a little pond right under the cinder cone.
Yeah.
And it was just throwing up these crazy ass rainbow water. It's like rainbow water. I've never seen shit like that. There's no oil in it or anything. That's just like the way the water looked. Yeah, that's the cool thing about these. I don't really fuck with these at all. They're just they're all straight shots. Yeah, I just clip them into squares.
Well, I think that like nature has such. Even if you walk, you do a walking meditation. You walking around, and most people. I say most people. A lot of people just look at straightforward, right? They don't look at the bottom. They don't look up. They don't look down. They look kind of But there's so much beauty in nature in itself, like all around everybody, that you don't have to do that. Yeah. And the patterns of nature are they're beautiful. They're chaotic. They're but then they're hundreds of years in the making. So.
Absolutely, thousands. I mean, generations.
Yeah.
I also we usually have on. I usually have on music and or some kind of nature documentaries going all the time. And this planet is 4.5 billion years old. Projected. and they say the Earth or the sun has a 13 billion year lifetime, the way that we see it now. But it was something else before that. You know, it was clouds of gas. It was a different star that exploded. No, this place is. We do not have a full comprehension of what we're living in the middle of.
Yeah.
And we're grasping at straws. These are cool. This is a side of the kilns down in Death Valley. Have you ever been to Death Valley?
No.
Amazing. Go to Death Valley. When you go to the top of Death Valley, there are these kilns where they used to make charcoal to I don't know, to mine something. And this is one of the side of them. So the bottom of Death Valley was like burning up on fire. I couldn't breathe. And then you get to the top and there's snow. It's pretty good. This is another rock.
So Colleen says that my daughter has the moon in one of her rooms, plus 3 others in yours.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, this is Mount Lassen too. Yeah, that was a good night.
Wow.
That's a good shot. I don't have really good lenses, but that's a pretty good shot.
What was that?
This is Death Valley also. This is some sand dunes.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. It's like when you're standing there, it doesn't really look like much. It's glary, it's hot, you can't really breathe right. But as a photographer, a creative person, you have to decide to make something out of it. So I took this shot and then made this. It's beautiful. It's weight.
It
You see that? It's just
yeah, I see it. And it's funny because like I think people you have to go in like there was, wind, there was all this kind of like, it's chaos, it's like chaos theory, right? It's every little moment, every little push, every little thing had something to do with this form right here. This pattern in nature, it's like, and if you don't look at it, you don't see the beauty of it, right? You don't see, because it is beautiful, like it's not, and it's going to change. It's not going to be there ever again. Even though it might look the same, it's never the same thing.
Right.
Never,
Yeah. It's difficult to admit that. It's very difficult to admit that. Oh yeah. There you go, Heather. Solar eclipse shadows. I never plan ahead for these things. So I was just walking around. I saw everybody with this little, aluminum foil glasses. And then I took the picture of the shadows. Oh, birds. So you still live downtown, right? So you get those cool flocks of birds.
Yeah.
They don't really come where I live anymore. We don't get the giant flocks of birds.
I think they come here for I know the crows come here for the heat, in the city.
And your garbage. You guys throw out a lot of stuff. You people are very wasteful.
Uh-oh. Jesse's turning into pure energy now. I knew that was going to happen. I'm like, do not drink that last glass of wine because it's going to fuck you up, bro.
This isn't the last, dude.
Yeah.
I'm only halfway through that bottle.
Well, you know what's funny? Because, I'm just going to go real quick.
Musicians. This is the new clef.
What
you
is
got
it?
treble clef, you got bass clef, and you got this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know. It's a new clef.
But is it like...
It's seaweed, yeah.
Oh, seaweed, yeah, I was going to say, okay.
Yeah.
I don't like the taste of seaweed. I tried. I'm sorry. It's not Mexican of me.
Oh, yeah, one way, the other way. Oh, yeah, Ross Hammond, I believe he used this image on one of his albums. You know Ross, right?
Yes, I saw your... Yes.
My argument with Ross.
Yes.
Yeah, we love arguing. But
you made up. I know. You guys do.
Yeah, the music connection is always there.
Jesse, what was the name of the artist that you was talking about? The one who passed away that that influenced you a lot.
Recently?
Yeah.
Well, there was 3.
Yeah.
So
who was the woman?
Oh, Betty Wright.
Okay.
Yeah, Betty Wright is the female artist. Bohannon, who everybody knows Bohannon, even if you don't know. Tony Allen, Fela Kuti's drummer. In fact, I Googled him, and the first thing that came up was something he did last year with Hugh Masekela. Yeah. That guy never talked about.
I'll put it in the background.
Oh, and then Little Richard. Who's that?
There you go. We won't get in trouble. So this is Betty Wright who just passed away, right?
Yeah.
As long as we talk over it, it'll be fine because they won't see the algorithms. I know about.
No, when it first came on, it was kind of choppy, but now I get it. Okay.
I've been fighting the algorithm, so I know the algorithms now. So. Where's that at?
Grand Canyon. You ever been there?
No, I've never been.
That's a problem. You gotta know.
I've been to Zion. I've been to up in Utah, but I haven't been to Grand Canyon yet.
Yeah, I just want to throw my camera in the middle of no point.
It's usually if someone tells me to go somewhere, I don't. I go the opposite direction.
Yeah,
that's how I am. That's a beautiful.
They talk from the same road.
Where's that at? Same place?
Same trip. So yeah, we took a big long loop around Grand Canyon. This is over the bottom of it.
Right on. How's everybody doing out there? We'll be seeing you. Thank you for coming out. We'll be here next Friday for Feelings Friday. Come emote your feelings and we'll take care of them for you. That's right. We'll take care of them. We'll put them up in a little bundle. We'll give them back to you as different feelings. But right now we're here with Jesse Vasquez and we're in the moment now. So let's do this.
We're taking a walk through nature.
Yes. Walk through nature and listen to someone who has, has left this earth and appreciate what she left us, because people usually who do that, often give us part of their soul. So appreciate it. Cheers up. This is the bonus hour. It starts at 10 o'clock. We have a bonus hour of whatever happens, and we have people still watching, so that's great. So, Zara is out. Right, sneaking away from Mama time. Yeah. You're the narrator, Jesse. Take us away.
Well, the narrator has to hit the bathroom soon, so.
Well, so maybe we should end it here. And thanks for coming out, and thanks for hanging out. And we'll go back to. Sorry, I should have done that earlier for you. But since it was the ending, it didn't really matter how much we did. So. Yeah. So everybody, thank you for coming out to Cali Cocktail Social Hour. We still have people out here. And just so you know, if anybody wants to learn how to use the program and do their own show, I am more than willing to help you out and do it, because I think that it's important that we get out there as artists, as people, just to help out as much as we can. And from what I'm seeing, there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with this, with StreamYard and live streaming. I've seen a lot of cool live streamings, and I think that, we're gonna have to do something to make up for the fact that we won't be able to see each other for a little bit, So Maya says, great seeing you guys. Thank you, Maya. And I saw you, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, that was a cool show. That was talking about Jesse to that too. So we'll be here Friday for Feelings Friday. So, wrap them up or bring them and we will take care of them for you. So we got the feeling for you.
Coming out. Yeah, appreciate it. And you and hang out with you in this weird way.
We're hanging out, and once again, I like to tell people, so in order for your organization or for your place to make a little bit of what do you call it? Of traction on the on this kind of platform. It's not how many people watch, really. It's how many people stay on to watch. So if you have an interesting concept, or people will be on there for an hour, and that kind of makes up for everything else. And that's what they're looking for now. Just like streaming music right now. Streaming music is more of like if you have to listen to the whole song rather than just bits of the song. So we are going to say goodnight. Thank you, Jesse, for coming out. We love you. And come back Friday night at 9:00. Will be Melissa Purnell, my co-host, for the Indefinite Feelings on Friday. So I have to say it lower.
Thanks everybody for coming out. It's good to see you guys. Yeah.
And Jesse, like we said, you're gonna get to do something cool with this thing, because I know you. You're a creative person, so right?
It won't be cool, but it'll be new. It'll be.
I have faith in you. So we're gonna head it out with a trippy song, because that's what we do here. And thank you. Good night, everybody. Good night, Jesse. It's awesome to see you. Cheers.
Yeah.
This is our goodbyes. Yeah, put the cats on. Good night, everybody. Y para todos ahí afuera, te amo, te quiero, mucho, mucho amor, as Walter Mercado would say. Good Friday. Stretch it, cat. Yes, who's looking up?